Hello and good afternoon. Hopefully this is all set up and working properly. So, I've got a slightly different setup today. In all honesty, I'm a little bit nervous about this setup because I've made this so much more complicated for myself. Just while we're waiting for people to log on, I'll quickly kind of test out a few things and talk you through a couple of bits that I'm doing. So the main thing that is different about this is I'm trying to incorporate a couple of different camera angles. So if I have a little fiddle on my computer and press this button, hopefully you can see a different camera angle. So I think this is going to be quite useful for seeing stickings. I know this camera is a little bit temperamental. It might cut out. It might cut out while we're doing this, but that is all right because I also have this camera angle. So hopefully you can see me again in another slightly different view. So that should be quite useful as well. As long as I remember which camera I'm meant to be addressing at which point, then this should be fine. So I'll have to do a little bit of fiddling with all of this just to switch over camera angles. So I'm back here again. Right, so it is telling me that I need to change the resolution of the video, but I'm just going to ignore that for now. So hopefully you can all see me properly. So yeah, for any of the guys that are new to this, feel free to comment or ask questions in the comment section. So we do have a live commentary thing, and we already have one comment. Brilliant. Hello. So yeah, if you want to let me know that you're here, pop a comment into the comments box. If you've got any questions at any point, because this is basically a kind of Q&A kind of thing, you're welcome to ask any questions about what we've been doing in the lessons that have been sent out, or anything that I go through today. So feel free to pop any comments, any questions in there, and I'll address them as we go through. So I can see that we have at least one person viewing at the moment. That's good. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about some paradiddles. So I'm going to change the camera angle for this. So, wow, isn't that good? Paradiddles. Right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. So paradiddles come up a lot in drumming, all throughout drumming, all different styles, all different abilities. It's really worth getting to grips with the paradiddle sticking pattern. So if you are new to the pattern, the sticking pattern is right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. So that is the sticking pattern for a paradiddle. We also need to add in some accents as well. Just for the fun of it, I'm going to change screen. So yeah, the paradiddle sticking pattern. If you need, oh, we've got some more viewers now. Cool. Hello. Hello, everyone that's just logged in. So I've just been talking a little bit about the paradiddle sticking pattern. So I would have mentioned this, or I would have sent this out in video to a few of you guys for this week. The paradiddle pattern is a really important pattern. It's a fundamental part of drumming. If you need a reference for this, it's page 55 of the blue book. But hopefully you've been practicing this during the week, and hopefully you can remember the sticking pattern. So the pattern again, right, left, right, right for the first bit, then left, right, left, left for the second bit. Put that all together, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. That is our paradiddle sticking pattern. So we'll practice that a little bit more in a second. Oh, cool. So we've got some more people adding comments on this. This is really, really good. If you've got any questions or anything you want to say at any point, just pop it into the comments section on this. I think you do need like a Google account to do that. Or alternatively, if you don't want to comment on this, feel free to give us questions in advance, or you can email afterwards and we'll happily answer any questions that you've got about any of the pieces that we've been working on. Or even if it's just general drumming questions as well. If you want to know something about where you can buy a ride cymbal or something like that, it's all things that we can answer. So feel free to just ask us absolutely anything. Cool. So back to the paradiddles. Right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. So I'll do my cool thing of changing camera angle again. So, I've got a horrible feeling the camera's frozen. Right, let's sack off that camera. Let's go back over to this one. Okay, so right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. That is the paradiddle pattern. The important thing about this is at the start of each grouping, there's something called an accent. And in music, an accent is one note that's played slightly louder than all the others. So if we played the paradiddle completely flat, all at the same volume, it would sound like this. So hopefully that came across as all at the same volume. The cool thing about the paradiddle, when you add in the accents, it comes out like that. So let's try a few of those together. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play through nice and slow. Play through nice and slow. We'll try a few paradiddles together. So I'll play one time through and then see if you can join in. So it's right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. So that is our paradiddle pattern. An extension of that, if you want to put the accents on toms, this is a really good exercise. As we carry on our path in drumming, we'll find that loads of exercises take this same kind of format. You take an idea and you play it on the snare drum. So we played our paradiddle on the snare drum. We played our accents all on there. Then what you can do, you can put the accents onto toms, like this. You can even do it on cymbals. So loads of drumming ideas use that same kind of formula. Try it on the snare drum, then you elaborate to adding some bits on the toms, then you add it on cymbals. And then when you put it all together, you can start to improvise around these different parts. Like that. So that was all paradiddles and just putting my accents in different bits around the kit. So, paradiddles, a very, very useful pattern. So, right, let's talk about a couple of other bits that I would have mentioned in the videos. So, we had an exercise where we're adding a 2-beat drum fill to a little bit of groove. So that little coffee tea that I played at the end is our drum fill. This is a useful exercise because this comes up in the debut grade exam. So this is the first line of song 3. Song 3 is one of the performance pieces that you'll need to do in the debut grade exam. So line number 1 altogether sounds like this. So it's quite important to count along and to keep your place in this so that you get that 2-beat fill in the correct position. So what we're doing is we're playing 4 bars all together. We've got our first bar, second bar, third bar, fourth bar, and we get the coffee tea halfway through the 4th bar. So let's try a few of those together. I'll count us in. We'll play along. So we'll do it fairly slow because I think there's some of the guys watching this are possibly a bit newer to this pattern. So we'll do it slow to begin with, then we'll try it a bit quicker. So we'll go 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Okay, so here comes the fill. So that is line number 1. So up to speed, it would need to be around this kind of tempo. So feel free to join in on this one. I'll count us in. So we'll go in 1, 2, 3, this speed. Okay, here comes the fill. So hopefully you noticed I did it a little bit differently on that last one. So on that last one, I put the T up onto the high tom. And this is a cool thing that you can do with these drum fills. So what I'll tend to do with drum fill ideas is I'll give you a rhythm to play, like coffee tea. But the voicing of it, or which drums you play it on, will be entirely down to you. So all of those patterns that I just played was coffee tea, and they all fit at the end of that first line. They all fit at the end of the second line as well. The end of the second line is prefaced slightly differently. So again, I'm referencing the blue book here. This is the Blue Drums book. If you don't have a copy of this already, it might be worth picking one up from the Music Works. So the blue books contain everything from the debut grade up until grade 2. But even beyond grade 2, we keep revisiting the blue book. There's exercises that we can use in there, or adaptations of exercises that we can take all the way up to grade 8. So you get a lot of mileage out of it. So line 2 of song 3 sounds like this. So that little phrase that I use at the end, we'll call that stop, rest, coffee, tea. So on the word stop, we're hitting the hi-hat, snare drum, and bass drum all at the same time. Like that. We've got a rest after that, and then we're going to use our coffee tea to finish it off. So that last bar is 1, 2, 3, like this. Stop, rest, coffee, tea. So that's what we're aiming for at the end of the second line. Everything else is basically the same. We start on the crash. We play our drum beats. And then as it comes up to the end, we're going to play stop, rest, coffee, tea. So that's the end of the second line. Let's try that together nice and slow. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Here it comes. Stop, rest. So again, I just put the coffee tea on a slightly different place around the drums. So I just did it. Oh, I think that's what I played. Coffee tea. Because this is it's quite cool when you're given just a set rhythm and then you get to decide which drums to use, because that becomes improvisation. So it doesn't have to be a set pattern. You don't have to do the same thing every time. If you know that it's going to go coffee tea, you can kind of come up with it on the spot. So that'll be the beginning of improvisation, which is a really useful skill to have in drums. It means that you can just sit behind the kit and think, right, I feel like playing. Completely made up on the spot. Sounds quite cool. It's really fun playing like that. So we're actually kind of drawing near to the end of time now. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to switch screen again so I can talk to you guys directly. So one of the things that we've also been talking about this week is lockdown funk. So if you're not familiar with lockdown funk, the Music Works has re-recorded Uptown Funk, and we've changed the lyrics to it, and we've made a really silly video. So the reason that we've sent it out to all of you guys is because we think it'd be quite cool if you guys recorded some of what you were playing. It doesn't need to be like studio quality recording, even if it's just on like your parents' phone or something like that. If you can record yourself playing along with Lockdown Funk and send it into us, we're going to put it into like a community music video, which I think is going to be really cool. The more people do it, the cooler the video is going to look. So there could be, I'm just trying to think how many students we've got overall. It is a lot. And yeah, you can all be part of that music video, which we'll put up on Facebook, put it on YouTube. So if you want to be part of that, have a little play around with the parts for Lockdown Funk. And yeah, it's a lot of fun, and it's got a really silly video. So our first video of it is pretty silly. I think you get to see me like wearing a snorkel and playing along and doing lots of stick tricks and stuff. So yeah, if you want to have a go playing along with that, film yourself, send it into us, and we'll turn it into a little music video. So we are almost at the end of this first session. Mr. Gain, I can see that you've joined in. You might be a little bit early, so I think you might be for possibly the next session. Yeah, so basically, I'm going to be going live again in about 5 minutes. So you're more than welcome to pop back onto that one as well. So this session has been kind of based around what I know everyone here's ability is. You're more than welcome to pop into later sessions as well. I believe the link is exactly the same. You can see what some of the other guys are working on. So you can see what we'll be kind of building up to. So as we round it off, I'll just invite any kind of final questions, comments, or anything like that. Pop it into the comments section now if you need to know anything. I'll give you a couple of minutes to do that. And then I'll have to be starting the next session. So, okay, cool. There's a response from Mr. Gain. Yep, so you can log in again. You're all welcome to log in again for the next session. Next session, I think we're mostly covering song 5. And Tide Notes. Which gets a little bit more complicated, but yeah, it'll be a bit of fun. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it here for now. So thanks for logging on. Thanks for joining me. Hopefully you've had some fun with this. Again, if you need to ask any questions, if you weren't quick enough typing on this one, you are more than welcome to send them across. If you've got anything specific that you want to know or that you want me to cover in these sessions, you're more than welcome to send it across in advance. Okay, so hi Josh's mum. Yeah, that's absolutely fine about that. I was a little bit rusty starting today as well, but yeah, it's all good. So, right, I'm going to round this off here. So thank you very much for all joining me. And stay safe, and we'll see you all again soon. So, cheers, guys. See you soon.